Good afternoon. I'm here at Coiba Island in the Coiba National Marine Park in Panama. This is one of the few protected marine areas in the world, and I'm here for 15 days with the Smithsonian Institute to help them on some research with the American crocodiles living here. So we're here and we catch crocodiles in the evenings and at night. We take some blood samples and DNA samples, tag them and then release them back. This is one of my favorite places I have ever been to, except that the touristic part with all the nice coral reefs and cleaned up beaches is far over there and not where I am right here. This place is filled with sandflies, surprisingly little mosquitoes, but like 90% of the day is unbearable because you get sucked out of your blood by the chitras. Little tiny flies. They don't itch afterwards, but they're really annoying and they swarm you. I'm hearing them around me already now. This place really wouldn't be that bad without them. I stay in this house here, which is completely unused for the entire year except when this professor I'm working with comes. There's no electricity here, there's no running water here, but at least it gives some shade. The only problem is that the sandflies, they come through the mosquito mesh, so even inside you're not safe. I'll give you a little house tour. This is the area where we hang out usually. There's a small kitchen here, and then the place where I sleep, where we sleep. They left this morning to go to a different place, which I already know because I've been living in a town called Santa Catalina the last months. And from there on, I've been taking trips to the marine park with tourists and seeing everything that there is to see basically. So now everyone except me, they're back there. They will camp on the beach for 2 days and do the same thing as we've been doing here, catching crocodiles. And I'm here all by myself alone. I have some things to eat, but I'm not going to use anything except the rice and try to catch something in the afternoon. As I said, there's no running water, no showers, no bathroom. If you need to go, you can choose any place there. And if you want to take a bath, you grab a bucket and you follow this trail until you find a small creek. This is a very big power plant and this water reserve, but neither of that works because no one is taking care of it. So I'll get some water to wash the dishes I use later. I'm walking barefoot, so it's very important to always check where you're stepping because there are snakes here, potentially dangerous. And if something was to happen in the next 2 days, there's no one that can help me. There's a satellite phone we have with us, but it doesn't work. I think on the way to the place that the others are going to, they will tell the park police that I'm here, and maybe they will come check on me to make sure I'm all right. There are no hotels here. The only people living on the island itself is the Ministerio del Ambiente, the environmental police, and the park rangers. This is the creek, and this is where you can take a shower or a bath. And then luckily, that's the first blue morpho I see. And then to get some water, someone dug this well a long time ago. It's not clean, but it's the cleanest water you can find. So no other option. Got my water. Now let's head back. It's not far, it's maybe 200 meters. But still, carrying a water bucket all this way is kind of annoying. Like 400, 500 years ago, when the Spanish invaded, colonized this area, I think there used to be like 10,000 Indians living in this area, on this island, but the majority probably died from diseases brought in by the Spanish. And then later on in the 20th century, this was a prison island until I think 2004. So there used to be a few roads and some structures, but they're all unavailable to the public and fallen apart. So now the only people coming here are the tourists, which do day trips. They come in the morning, go diving, go snorkeling. I've been doing that a couple of times in the last weeks. I'll maybe put some video footage in the background. And then these people leave in the afternoon. So there's no one out usually staying here overnight like we are right now. Later today, there's some big vultures over there. Why is it not scared? It was drinking the water here. Anyways, later today I will walk along the beach and maybe try to catch some fish. I don't think I will be very successful fishing, so I have some crab traps which I will fill with this coconut, which I will open right now, and maybe I can catch something overnight. If you want to know if a coconut is good to eat, it should be completely dried out like this and have water inside it if you shake it. I just opened the coconut I found outside. They have two hard and one soft hole. I've already punctured the soft one, so I'll pour out all the coconut water first before opening it. Now that's it. It's a little bit warm, but it tastes pretty good. I wouldn't die of thirst on this island. And then it's even easier to open it. You find the two hard holes, and then there's a line going on the center of the coconut. And all you have to do is smash it against the hard edge like this. And there you have it. It was supposed to break like completely in the middle, but that works. And this part is called the coconut sponge. This coconut already had roots growing out of here. So this is the inside of the plant evolving. And you can also eat it while it's small. It's like juicy, sweet, and tastes a little bit like soap. This one's actually really good. This is everything I'm taking now. I'll go along the beach to the mangroves and I'll try to get some fish for the evening. I have a fishing line and a hook. I'm bringing a water bottle, my phone, a camera trap which I want to set up, and 2 crab traps, and I'll use the coconut I just opened as a bait. Maybe I catch something for tomorrow. Of course, I've also put on sunscreen and mosquito repellent because the sun here is very toxic. Not a single cloud in the sky. And I'm not wearing shoes because it's really annoying to walk in the sand and they just fill up and it gets under your nails and hurts. The water level is a little bit high, but I should be able to pass all over. Yesterday I was sitting here and watching the stars, and there was a pair of glowing eyes right here at the beach, maybe over here. And when I went closer, obviously it was a crocodile. I'll put the video in the background. And this was not the first time it was around here. We've seen the marks on the beach, and if I see any crocodile marks on my way, I will show them to you as well. People think that crocodiles are these dangerous man-eating predators. Of course, sometimes accidents happen and they do injure people or kill people. But these crocodiles, as we can tell from the ones we've caught, we've taken their stomach contents out by making them vomit. And pretty much everything they eat is crabs and fish. One of them had a disintegrated marsupial, how do you call it, a possum in it, but that's a rare occasion. And even the one I saw here, which was maybe 2.5 meters long, is afraid of me if I get too close. I have some drone footage of the same one swimming along the ocean here, which I can also show you. It looks pretty big and they look scary. They are scary and they can be very dangerous, but generally they're not. I found some tracks on the floor here. These are not, obviously not human footprints, but I don't see the tail mark on the floor, which is weird. These are iguana prints. And if that was a crocodile, it probably just stayed under the tree and went back into the water and when the tide was even higher, because they don't follow up here. I'm going to walk until the end of the sandbank here, because that's where a river goes inside of the island. This is where I will put the crab traps. And then maybe on the way back I will try to catch some fish. Or over there in the river. The water level was getting too high to walk in the dry, so I went up here. And luckily I just found this coconut in this hole here, which fell down from the coconut tree. Most likely shaken down by a monkey. And because it fell into these roots, it didn't break open on impact. This is what they call a pipa. It's an unripe coconut and they're really soft, so I can pierce it with my knife and just drink the coconut juice. And while they're green, they're full of water. This is what it looks like when the monkeys come and eat them themselves. They make holes with their teeth and leave a bunch of coconuts lying on the floor. So I was lucky to find 2 of them unopened. I think this one is unopened as well. No. Opened. That was a machete. Maybe it was one of us walking along here to one of the trails. This is a crocodile trail. You can see it clearly. It walked along here in this direction to the water, got to the shore, and then for some reason turned right around and went back up. I've reached my destination, and I just turned on the camera because something big jumped into the water here. You can still see the water moving. I'm not sure if it was on this side or on the other. The water is murky. So whatever it was, probably still in there. And it must be a crocodile. I don't know what size. Maybe a little bit close to the water. I'll just wait here and see what happens. I'm still at the same place, and now there's a family of monkeys here. They will probably run when I get too close because they're not used to people. There's so many of them. Yep, they're really afraid. I've been trying to fish and to catch bait, but rather unsuccessfully. I got home empty-handed except of 3 pipas, which I can drink later and tomorrow. So I will put some coconut around the house to attract hermit crabs, which I can then use as bait to catch some fish. And meanwhile, I will fly my drone to see if there's something in the water, like sharks, crocodiles, or rays. So I went fishing with a hermit crab I caught, and my plan worked out, except that I didn't catch what I wanted to catch. This is a puffer fish, but maybe I can use this one for more bait because I don't have anything else now. Ow! And I'm not sure about this species, but most puffers are highly toxic, so it's not a good idea to eat it. Good morning. It's about 5:45. My alarm just rang for the 3rd time, and I woke up outside here in the hammock after solid 10 hours of sleep. I went to bed really early. I will set up my GoPro now to film the time lapse of the sunset, of the sunrise, and then we will get back to the same spot from yesterday and see if I caught myself some lunch in my traps, because fishing was unsuccessful. Ow! Thorns! Other than the puffer fish, I caught 2 of them in the end, but I don't want to risk anything. especially now that I'm alone. When I went to bed yesterday, I saw the crocodile eyes here at the ocean again. And I swam in this direction, but it's really, can't really see anything in the camera because it's still too dark. My GoPro is here. I'll figure out the settings and then have it film a nice time lapse. Yeah. The sun is still not up. I'm on my way to the traps. I've got a bucket for whatever's in it, my flashlight, and maybe I'll see something else. The tide is going down again and it should start rising at 8 o'clock, so in about 2 hours. I'll try to find any new crocodile tracks on this upper platform here, if there are any, because they come up here every night. This is from yesterday still. This is trap number 1. It has a few crabs inside, a shrimp, and a little fish, I think. I'll get everything out in the bucket and then show it again. I have 4 crabs in total, 1 shrimp, 1 big shrimp, and a small fish. I'll put this trap back now and get the other one. And the sun is coming up. In total, I have 7 crabs and 3 small fish which I can use as bait. The crabs should be enough for a meal, and maybe I can catch something else later when the tide comes back up. I will clean the crabs in fresh water now and then steam them over the rice I'm making later. Or maybe boil them in salt water, I'm not sure yet. This is what I've done with all the crabs now. I've cleaned them out because they weren't smelling great. And now I will cook them with rice. I've got the rice cooking now. I cut up some of the coconut from yesterday, which I will add. And then the crabs on top to steam completely. And now to drink. I have the Pipa from yesterday. I'll show you how to open one. In the cup as well. Cup. I'll put you guys on the table. And then, because when they're green like this, they're still soft. So all you have to do is puncture it, make a hole inside. When they sell it to you on the table, the street, they will usually cut off the top with a machete and then put a straw inside. But this is much more convenient for me and easier. So get everything out that you just cut. So there's a hole now, and now just flip it upside down. While they're green, they have much more water than the ripe ones. So this is a full cup. 2 of those and you have enough for the day. Lucky for me that whoever built this house and cleared the area 100 years ago, they planted some lemon trees. The ones I just showed you are already plucked empty, but I saw that there were some lemons here before. Lemons there. There's one on the floor. And this one is getting ripe. This is an iguana nest. So even if I was running out of food, I could dig this up. I think it burned a little bit on the side. I added extra water, but because I don't have a real lid, it evaporated way too much, it seems. I will serve myself and then show you again. I'm not sure what I will put as title for this video, or whoever's watching this. I'm not stranded, I'm not in need to survive, I'm just using a little bit of the food I have here and trying to find as much as I can on the island. So I'm not in the danger and I'll be picked up again tomorrow. So I just wanted to say this once again. The rice tastes great, but I have no idea how to eat crab. This is the first time I've cooked crab. And yeah, I'm not sure how to eat it. Because these claws are hard, they're not as big as... What are these Arctic crabs called? Not stone crabs. Spider crabs. So you can't like pull it out. Good morning, it's about 9 a.m. I got some coffee without sugar because I don't have any sugar. And I have a little story time from yesterday. As I said, I was going to go fishing again in the afternoon with the things I caught in the trap in the morning. And I tried and I didn't catch anything, except on the last throw with the shrimp I caught in the morning in the trap. I hooked, not sure how it happened, but I hooked a stingray. But seconds after I hooked it, it got loose and my line just snapped. I don't think like it ripped apart, I think it just got off the hook. So I lost the hook and I couldn't try fishing anymore. Oh, and I tried to get revenge from the stingray by spearing it. So I took the drone and found it again. But let's just say I'm a better gatherer than I am a hunter. And then in this morning, I just came back from the traps once again. I did not catch anything for lunch except one small crab, but I didn't want to give up that easily, so I searched in the area and I found these two bigger crabs, which I then caught by stabbing them. I really didn't want to get pinched by this. So I will fry up some onions, this spam meat, some vegetables and the rest of the coconut from yesterday, together with the coconut water and some rice for the 6 of us who are coming back today. That should be enough for all of us, and then maybe in the afternoon when the local guy with his boat is back, we can try fishing with the line like we did the last days to catch some snapper and whatever bites.